Hi there, and welcome. This is my first texture painting DVD with the Gnomon Workshop, and here are a couple renders that I've done for the asset that we're going to be diving into. But before we do, I wanted to begin with sort of a preface, a little backstory about myself and why I love being a texture painter in the feature film industry. I thought it'd be nice for you to know a little bit about myself before you listen to me talk for the next several hours. So I started my career as a lighting technical director, which at the time was my first opportunity to work on films. But I'd always had my sights on becoming a texture painter and quickly transitioned into the discipline and have been really loving it ever since. I suppose it all began with a passion for painting textures that matched a real world reference. I think passion is completely vital in becoming a successful visual effects artist. Without passion, all of the long hours and sometimes tedious tasks will take their toll on you before long. And I think it's those who are truly passionate about what they do who remain relevant in this industry and eventually find incredible success. Because at the end of the day, the best work comes from passionate people. So, for those of you who are watching this DVD right now, I'm going to assume that you either have the passion or at least curiosity for texture painting, which I think is awesome. I think texture painting is the best discipline to be a part of. For me, it fulfills the physical nature of drawing with a pen and tablet, while also allowing me the opportunity to paint some fantastic creatures and characters in various films. I was always the artist who found more satisfaction out of sketching and painting things from observation rather than my imagination. So the task of matching creatures, digital doubles, props, sets, and environments to live action reference has always been the most enjoyable part of my job. And as a texture painter, I have the rare opportunity to tell a story with my work. Because everything, even brand new, isn't perfect. There are always clues and evidence of an object's relationship to this world, and all of its flaws and imperfections. Through textures, I can paint the story behind the character, prop, building, or environment to provide believable details that will help create the illusion of realism. And I find great satisfaction in being able to deconstruct surfaces and study the way things have been built, handled, preserved, and destroyed. In fact, being a texture painter has actually allowed me to really appreciate the simple and mundane things in life. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I find myself gazing at an old barn door, a paint chipped wall, or an abandoned rusted bicycle for hours, trying to imagine the life stories behind these objects. The history behind these things is simply fascinating to me, and painting their textures allows me to dive right in. And the last nice aspect of being a texture painter is that I don't find myself being bogged down by a pipeline or many technical hurdles, since it's relatively removed from most production pipelines. I found this allows me to focus much more on the art of it all, rather than spending my days tackling technical issues and dilemmas. But in retrospect, I think what really keeps me coming back for more is when I'm sitting in a packed theater watching my textures on a big screen. I mean, it's really a surreal experience. And it's in those brief movie magic moments that makes all of the hard work worth it. So again, thank you for joining me for this DVD, and let's get started.